Hello, YouTube or America or whatever collective of individuals I'm talking to through this little box machine. I am not accustomed, nor do I enjoy talking to myself / the ether, but being a semi-educated bloke, I've been able to develop somewhat the skill or I don't want to say affinity, but even just the ability to do it at all. So, here I am. This is, I guess we'll consider it training report number 3. But I guess it's kind of a maintenance special. I also, oh girl, Mr. Redacted grilled me on my recording orientation. The last couple of recordings I made, I have to say, firstly, I don't well enjoy representing myself at all, actually. Not that my deeds aren't noble, but it's certainly not a pastime I enjoy. Vanity is not my favorite. But also, I don't really care about quality, but I do want to succeed, so sometimes quality is the factor. I don't want to say that it is that now, but nonetheless, here you are with a horizontal view, my friends. The last report, pretend I know anything about bicycles. The last report, I mentioned that my whole rear wheel assembly is not happy, which is generally still the case, including the fact that I fixed the rear brakes. They still stick. They need an expert. The real wheel, as I was saying, is untrue. So for those of you, one second, I need to get my elbow grease on real quick. That might have been the wrong way. It was. So yeah, as I said, the wheel is untrue. So for those of you who don't know, each of these spokey spokes are individually adjusted to make sure that this kind of middle axle is appropriately, with all tensions required, floating in the middle, using magic to levitate your body over the ground. It's pretty amazing. In fact, I'm somewhat surprised I haven't crashed and died already, especially considering the way I ride my bike, which may be one of the reasons why the back tire has taken so much beatings. But because I've had to replace it so many times, or at least refill or patch, do maintenance, I've become a little bit more skilled of a bicycle mechanic, although depending on what the frame includes, it might look like I'm doing a bad job right now. So to true up a wheel, each of these guys is to be adjusted. You need a special tool. I don't have it. I also don't know how to do it. So that's a logistical reality I cannot do myself. The wheel is shot. The tire. So this is the rim. I don't know what's being seen right now. This is the rim. This is effed up. Not doing too hot. Still rideable. The tire, while rideable, will fail. So that's something I'm trying to nip in the bud right now. So I splurged to get myself a new tube, and while I was doing that, I also decided to splurge and get myself a new tire because they were a little bit less expensive than I thought. and it's very necessary. And by splurge, I wanted to kind of go into a little bit more depth about this fundraiser on video, so you can hear my voice. I guess the radio show also, I discuss what's going on, why I'm doing it, blah blah blah. You know, I have these altruistic desires and goals in my life, and that's, you know, great. Maybe people have them, maybe you don't. Munir likes to describe it as reaching, you know, an evolutionary maturity, which is cool, because I guess I would consider myself there, you know, at level 1. But the issue is not time. I can certainly give time, but that's a factor, because I'm generally unwilling to give time to corporate groups to do meaningless, mindless labor. I have less of that ever so wonderful cultural capital that everyone uses and enjoys, which is also not really quite a problem. As you can see, I make artwork out of garbage, and I like to think I do okay. So my, you know, my artistic practice doesn't require capital. That being said, it doesn't gain capital, but that is neither here nor there. My point is, you know, I am showing up in Baltimore. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what anyone can. Munir, Brandon, Ben, all the brothers, Eric. In fact, that's something that really I wanted to bring up, is I was looking at the donation page for the new headquarters, and I believe it was one of the brothers just recently contributed $500, which is awesome. Really, I would be able to contribute, you know, the cost of what I am spending to repair this tire, and depending on whether I'm able to raise $1,000 or not, the gas that is required to shadow me. But, you know, I consider every time I make a trip to Baltimore, I'll be making a trip this Friday for a meeting, and then making a trip this Saturday for, you know, an awareness march, which everyone should go to. Check out 300 Men Instagram or Twitter or my own Instagram. Somewhere, the 300 Men are doing an event on Saturday. Feel free to attend. Open to the public. But every time I make the trip, it's another $15 to $20 in automobile fees. I'm still already functioning with a vehicle that is in also disrepair. So my point is that my ability to contribute financially to the success of these efforts is generally non-existent, which is fine. They're not asking me for money. But as I study reality, I realize money is a tool, and when you throw money at it, things get done. You know, if we threw all the money that we were throwing in the toilet by doing ridiculous things across the globe in the name of American superiority, and we tried to address some of the domestic issues we had going on, I think we'd be doing pretty all right. But instead, everyone keeps their money closely guarded in their wallet and does little to nothing with it. So my point here is that with the very nominal kind of physical logistics that I am able to enjoy, I am without complaint. I am, as far as I can be, within the realm of happiness, and I'm doing what I can to solve some of these social issues and humanitarian issues that we're dealing with in our nation. But I also realize that there's this spectrum of ability where, you know, there's ability to fundraise, raise money, and kind of further push along this little, or I don't know, further push along the needle, move the needle in the right direction in any, whatever the given realm may be. And so I'm trying to move that needle. Ooh, look, the number 3 is in here. That's a lucky number for me. Tee-hee. So yeah, here I am giving my time, giving my abilities, giving whatever it is I got to help this effort succeed. We must stop killing each other. As I said, it's very clearly stated. It's easy to understand, and yet, day by day, people die. And, you know, it's not happening in my community. It's not happening around my life. If I had kids, it wouldn't be happening around them. It's still a problem. Doesn't mean I can ignore it. It doesn't mean I shouldn't pay attention. I'm doing everything I can. And I encourage you all to also participate. It's almost all I got to say, I believe. And I would love all of my attention to be put on this task. So thanks for joining the training progress report number 3. With this, hopefully I can get the wheel back in, true it up a little bit, and not need to ride with this on my back, and continue to train. I'm making the trip. We had an anonymous donor of $5 today, and if I'm making the trip for $5, it'll be a net loss, but I'm riding to Baltimore, so make your presence known, my friends. Talk to you soon, YouTube America.